you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Dean also has a good quote question of the week in our Ask an Idiot segment. Dean, you want to describe your question, please, sir?
Yes. When people talk about quotes, we've heard them all through life. And my question was, do you have a favorite quote? Whether it be movie, TV, film, history, doesn't matter. A quote is a quote.
Yeah. A quote or some of your favorite quotes?
You have some of them. I wrote down a couple.
Okay.
Like, I'll start. The one that is my go-to in life, kind of a mantra, is you saved a lot of money with your insurance. That's from Aaron Blake.
Well, brilliant. A lot of my
He
quotes
is
are from Aaron
very
Blake,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Because Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. When you do, quote them, that the idiots quoted you or sent you with a quote, or
A lot
get
of
a
quotes
quote.
in a small amount of time.
A lot of quotes. Okay, but seriously, gentlemen, well, actually, you can't be more serious than saving money with Aaron Blake and Blake Insurance. But let me start. One of my favorite quotes, Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton said, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." Meaning,
those that came before me paved the path, kind of, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I only was able to do what I did because people came before me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've always enjoyed that quote.
Yeah.
Do any of you have any quotes that has stuck out to you throughout your life? Nick?
Yeah.
Nick,
go ahead. I was. This one is not necessarily by one person, but is the thinking behind many people. Nike famously said, "Just do it," and I feel like, I mean, honestly, it's like
a lot of research on this one, bud.
It's decent, right? Just no bullshit.
Direct.
Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
No,
right.
my biggest one, or not, I should say biggest, but I was kind of thinking around about some different things, and one of my favorite ones that it's very cliche and it's very famous, but John Lennon once said that life is what happens when you are busy making other plans, and I. As somebody with a young family, I cannot tell you how often that rings true.
Sure.
You are, when I'm raising kids and, with wife and family, and it's like I am forever constantly looking forward, making plans for something, planning for. Could be a trip that we're taking. Could be a trip that we're taking. Like right now, we're planning on taking a trip. Could be, doing things. And it's like you're constantly planning, or I'm planning down the road in the future for my children, for their lives, for what I think it's going to be like. And my ideas of what things will be like, or what things I think I can plan for. But the reality of the situation is, life is. Truly, it just happens to you. You have no control. There's another quote that I heard, and this is not a famous quote, but there's a hockey podcast I listen to, and the one guy commonly quotes his grandmother used to always say, "You plan, God laughs," and it's the same type of sentiment. Is that,
I've heard that
if
before.
you believe in a God or whatever,
you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
She always used to say, "You plan, God laughs," and it's like you sit there, you can put all this time and energy into plans and what you think you're going to do, how you think things are going to be, but at the end of the day, life happens to you, and you are simply to go along with the ride. So, but that cliche kind of John Lennon one is it really is very true. Life happens in between, basically all the things that it's almost like what's really happening is away from your focus. You're focused on you trying to manipulate your life, but in reality, life is the chaos that happens in between, and you really have no say in it. So I like that one. That one kind of sticks with me. So
Life goes by you fast.
Yeah.
If you don't
Right.
take a minute, just might miss it.
that's right.
Wow,
You
very
stole Brian,
profound.
but go ahead.
Yeah. No, I read this back when when Peyton was younger. I was having a very, very tough time trying to spend time with her. It was a very, very difficult time of life.
You didn't like her
I mean,
that much, or
Oh no, yeah, I was trying to spend time with her and I couldn't. It was
yes,
it was bad, right? And
Yeah.
I have probably and her mom probably has every right to be angry with me until the day that we die as well. But I was just super angry, and I can't remember where I came across this quote, but it's stuck with me ever since. It's from Buddha. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the
Mhm.
one who gets burned, right? So
Yeah.
basically, learn to let go of anger, learn to try to forgive, because the other person doesn't give a shit anyways if you're mad at them or not, right? Doesn't matter to them probably.
Right.
So you're only harming your own mental health and everything else here. So that quote back then was something that made me reflect, and it really was an inspiration for me to help get past all those angry feelings and learn to cope and just move on and deal with the issues, but just to let go of the anger and frustration, right? So, and I try to subscribe to that even today. Getting angry with people like that, and because they're not meeting your expectations or whatever, you're the one that's just going to be constantly frustrated and angry, right? So
True.
forgive, let go, reassess your expectations of others appropriately, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I like that.
Dean? Yep, thank you.
I got one. See, and I quote, hold the flashlight where I can goddamn see it, numbnuts. Don Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's a actually Benjamin Franklin he wrote a paper like an almanac. It was a
What's so
farmer's
special?
almanac.
So did Don Harvey. He wrote many papers.
He did. But Ben Franklin was quoted in a lot of things. But this is a quote that's attributed to him, and I couldn't honestly have found if he A, 100% said it, or B, if it was a variation, or was it misquoted or from somebody else? But it's a famous quote. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
There you go.
Again, nobody can say for sure if that is actually quoted to him, which that's actually where that quote there is what got me kind of started on this idea, is like all of these famous quotes in history, unless it's like recorded, like how many have like been passed down and changed a little bit here, a little bit there, or contributed to somebody else. I found that a neat thing of like through time and history. It's almost like a version of telephone, where things get changed, or who knows if they got changed. But that's another. It's you see it at almost every fucking brewery or in a pub, somewhere that quote's on a poster or something. I've always enjoyed it. And Benjamin Franklin is one of my favorite historical figures. So,
There you go.
I fact checked that, Dean. That same quote is on my refrigerator in a beer mug to this moment.
Sure. Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's in a beer mug magnet.
It probably
on
has
the
his face
refrigerator.
on it. Outline of
No,
his
this
face.
one doesn't. This one does not. But it's in a beer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you guys get the picture that I sent you from the store in Kansas City? There was a pair of socks that said beer is just dream flavored water or something
Very
like
good.
that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Another great quote from the great Homer Simpson. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Yes,
There you go.
very good.
Yeah.
Good quote.
Accurate. Yep.
Nick, you got some?
Yeah, I've got one that came to us relatively recently. Through a kids' television program of all places in 1996, and a fictional one at that. The great Turbo Man once said, "Always keep your promises if you want to keep your friends," and it's just really great. It's just very teaches you to be respectful of your word. And it's just a very nice quote. It's very good.
Tell us what you're about to do in the next couple months.
I never promised I'd be here every week. That's why, because this way you're happy when you see me because you didn't expect it. So if I promised you I'd be here and then I'm not, then that would be letting you down. But I'm a good friend, so I never promised to be here.
That's fair.
That was a promise
fair.
I never made. I knew I couldn't keep it. No, and another one here would be the great Wayne Gretzky. And it is another cliche one, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and that's very true. I feel like I probably think of it more of in a work environment for my own personal life. Things that I do or take on is just kind of like, you have second thoughts about things, but I kind of use it in that reference to where, you know what, if you don't try something, you don't step into a role, or even if you're unsure of it, you never know what it'll lead to. So, you take the shot.
I always thought of that under the lines of like if somebody's out there in the dating world.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you might think she's out of your league.
Yeah, she's
but
across
you'll
the bar.
Never
she's
know
until
she shoots you down, and then you're not with her, and it is what it is.
Exactly.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Come in with
die.
her. You're not gonna leave with her? What the fuck?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Cool. One of the best Star Wars quotes, one of the best movie quotes, in my opinion. The wise Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try.
Very good.
Peyton got this nice framed picture thing for a Father's Day years ago. It's still hanging. Now that is still hanging up in my living room at this moment.
As it should.
Just a great quote. Very wise. Think about that.
Yep.
It's either you do it or you don't. You try to lose weight. You
just
try
like
to exercise. You try this. You try that. No,
just fucking do it.
Either you do it or you don't do it. That's it.
Right.
I got one from Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nick, any more?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I mentioned this on a recent episode. I love the movie It's a Wonderful Life. The quote at the end of the movie gets me every year. It's, you're in a holiday spirit. Even just thinking about it now it's very meaningful.
Every time a bell rings?
Nope. When he looks inside the book, the scripture in the book from Clarence the Angel, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Love it.
Oh, I'm a failure.
Yeah, you are. Not Brian, though.
No, definitely not Brian. He's got a lot of friends.
It really is something where, all things considered, whatever you have going on in your life, if you have good friends, they'll help get you through a lot. And it's just a wonderful richness to have in life. So there you go.
I got one more. Just go.
Go ahead.
Has it been? No, I already read one. Benjamin Franklin. Oh yeah, Helen Keller.
Just for the record, Brian laughed at that, not me. I didn't do that because I'm not saying shit. I didn't laugh at that.
I actually have one more right off of that. It fits perfectly. Robert Newton Peck. Never pass up an opportunity to keep your mouth shut.
With that.
A fine way to end the segment.
Oh, I do have one more. One of my favorite vocalists / poets of all time, Gord Downey of the Tragically Hip, grew up with his father telling him that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You should always listen twice as much as you talk. And I think that is incredible advice. So that was a fantastic quote. So thank you for reminding me of that.
Very good. All right. Good quotes to end the
Hi.
segment.
This is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.
Ham gravy.
Promo 192 coming in 5, 4, 3.
What's up out there, convincing idiots fans? I am about to tell. Let me start that over. I don't like it. I feel good about it. It's bad vibes. I don't like it.
Hopefully a better promo coming in 5, 4, 3.